Back on Loveline, I'm Stryker. Filling in for Dr. Drew tonight is Dr. Ben. He's an OBGYN. He knows everything about all STDs. I mean, everything. He's seen them all. He's inspected them. And our guest tonight, he's inspected them. Our guest tonight from Linkin Park is Mike Shinoda, the backbone his band is to the Projekt Revolution tour. And one of the bands with you guys is My Chemical Romance. Mike, and before the break, you teased me, Dr. Ben, and the crowded room we have by saying, what did you say?
Dude, let me tell you, this guy Gerard
from My Chemical
Romance, I told you guys, I hate this guy.
What?
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you something. This guy, we did this. Well, we actually during the break. Let me explain some of that. So lead into these two stories kind of go together. We're doing some things on Projekt Revolution to make the tour more green. To our organization, Music for Relief, is very interested in climate crisis and the idea that things like Hurricane Katrina and the tsunamis that happen in Southeast Asia could possibly be prevented, or at least those things could be less likely to happen, if we pay attention to the waste we create. Okay, so in doing so, Projekt Revolution is we put as many of the trucks and buses as we could on biodiesel. That's one thing. We are donating $1 from every ticket to American forests to plant trees. That's another thing. And in doing those two things alone, over 350 tons of CO2 is being saved, is being not put out into the atmosphere, into the earth, surrounding air surrounding the earth, by this tour. So hopefully, according to a friend of ours who was an expert who's, did the live Earth stuff, he said that just by the ticket thing alone, hopefully we're making our tour virtually carbon negative. So
wow.
Hopefully we're
good for you.
Now, in addition to that, we're doing a charity art book. And in this art book, I had this. My wife actually had a really great idea, and we took that and ran with it, and did all this great crazy stuff with it. We're doing this art book that if you come to the tour, you can buy a book that's printed on recycled paper, of course. It's got the art of a lot of different musicians on the tour, because as soon as I started hearing, I remembered reading that Gerard who's the singer of My Chemical Romance, he does comic books, he does a lot of their album art, and does the creative stuff behind the band, and a lot of the other bands have artists in the group too. So what we did is we put this great piece together. It's a fantastic book. It's got artwork by me, Joe Hahn from Linkin Park, Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, Gerard, Brian from Placebo, guys from Styles of Beyond, and a lot of people from the other bands. It's 50 pages long, and the proceeds go to Music for Relief.
Great.
Gerard was we got almost done with this book, and he had promised me from day one that this guy was gonna do it, right? And everybody else turned in their stuff, and I'm sitting there. We're all sitting there okay, we already told everyone that you're in. I hope you can do it.
Right.
He's like, yeah, no problem. I got it. And later, and it didn't show up. And now I was sitting there just okay, we've already told these people it's going to happen. People committed to making this thing based on the people that were involved, and now we're looking terrible. And he turns this thing in late, and it's beautiful. And I really love what he did, and it just makes me I'm just so envious. I just think he's such a good artist.
That's why he is.
This jerk made us wait, and then turns into something fantastic. They totally made the book. So when you come to the tour, you see this thing. Yeah, he made me pull my hair out, but it was worth it. So
how much is the book gonna cost?
I think it's gonna be 50 pages. I think it's gonna be about around $20 to $30.
And they buy it at the shows. Can you get it online?
And like I said, it's all to charity. Nobody's making money on it.
At
At this point, you can't buy it online.
Okay, but at the Projekt Revolution shows, you can get this art book.
That's true.
That's a great idea. You got to